Now, Craig Prater and Patty Spidler with the real stories behind your favorite movies, filmmakers, and the creative arts. This is Real Life TV, presented by Heartland Film.
And we really welcome you. Welcome, movie lovers. We have so much to talk about today, Craig.
Oh, that's right, Patty. Manny the Movie Guy shows us who's vying for Oscar nominations, and several have a Heartland Film connection.
Aha! And Swish makes a splash. The Arts Council of Indianapolis puts on a show that's helping out the artists and getting March Madness fans.
Down with jazz band leader Jared Thompson.
Woo!
We're talking about his love of music and film.
Indeed, what a great guy, too. Alrighty now, we have a packed show today. We're going to get right to it. Hot topic, Heartland buzz and Oscar buzz as well. Joining us, good morning, from Palm Springs. Oh, Manny, how are you? Craig and I say hello. And
Oh,
we're so
hello,
glad.
Manny.
Hello, guys. Sharing my love to Indianapolis from Palm Springs. And you're right, Patty. From the Oscar nominations to film festivals and superheroes, it was a busy week for Hollywood. Here's the latest from Tinseltown.
It's a moment that each of these nominees will never forget.
The week began with Oscar nominations.
Nominees for Best Picture.
All the movies nominated are actually good, with Mank leading the way with 10 nods. And it's the most diverse Oscars ever, with 2 female directors nominated, and 1 is a woman of color, Nomadland's Chloe Zhao. And it's also a historic year for Asian Americans, with Minari's Steven Yeun being the first Asian American to compete for Best Actor. And there are 9 actors of color in acting categories. Oscars not so white this year. And at the movies, we have the long-awaited Justice League, the Snyder Cut, because the first cut of the film, shown in 2017, was not the deepest. This new one, streaming on HBO Max, does not quite meet the hype, but it's an interesting display on how business and art collide, and sometimes art wins. This one is 4 hours though, so pace yourself. And in select theaters, The Courier.
Spies? I'm just a salesman.
Benedict Cumberbatch, great in this true life film, is a reluctant spy working with US and British agents to try to end the Cuban Missile Crisis. The Courier is nail-biting, with director Dominic Cooke setting the thrilling pace until the end. The Courier gets 3.5 out of 4. See it now, kisses. And finally, the influential South by Southwest Film Festival, where I saw one of my favorite movies from the fest. It's called Islands. This one is an affecting coming-of-age story of a 50-year-old Filipino man dealing with aging and loneliness. Filipino-Canadian filmmaker Martin Edrelian creates an immigrant story that proves no man is an island.
Enjoy life. Don't let it pass by, and then someday you're gonna regret all of that time you had. And life's hard, and just live. Just keep dancing.
That's right, because no man is an island, right?
That's right.
Yes, and no woman's an island either. You remember that, Manny, just so you know. Also, tell us about the movie, If Anything Should Happen, I Love You. What are you going to tell us about that?
Yeah, you know what, like what you said earlier, the Oscar nominations are out, and the big winner really, the Heartland Film Festival. Our favorite film fest cultivated films that are now Oscar nominees, and one of those films, my favorite to win the animated short category, If Anything Happens, I Love You, from filmmakers Will McCormack and Michael Govier, produced by Oscar winner Laura Dern. Take a look. The heartfelt animated film, If Anything Happens, I Love You, from writers-directors Will McCormack and Michael Govier.
It just deals with this huge human issue of grief, and we can all feel the grief we're all feeling in this moment, and in so many ways. And also the deeper thing is, like, no one ever wants to experience losing a child in a school shooting.
Grief and grieving are at the heart of the film, yet it brings hope to those who have seen the movie.
We really want to approach the subject matter through grief and through loss, and that this was our way of talking about this issue through these souls, through these parents, through grief.
We held an event at UTA, and we invited all these survivors of gun violence. They came up to me, these survivors, this woman Brenda and these other women, and they said, "Thank you so much for creating this film. We feel seen." And it was so touching and wonderful to have this experience.
It's wonderful.
Manny, thank you.
Can I quickly thank you, Craig, for introducing me to these filmmakers, by the way, because I mean, every single year I look forward to who I will talk to at the Heartland Film Festival, because I know I would talk to them again at the Oscar red carpet.
Wow.
Well, thank you, Manny. We always look forward to having you.
Okay, here's virtual kisses. Bye.
Bye, Manny. As president of Heartland Film, I'm thrilled at all this Oscar buzz. And to help break it down for us is Heartland Film's artistic director, Greg Sorvig. Greg.
We had 7 films nominated across both festivals, the biggest being from Heartland International, Meanery from Lee Isaac Chung and A24. The film has 6 nominations across various categories, including Best Picture, Director. We talked with Lee Isaac Chung during the actual festival too. And the neat thing is that Steven Yeun is actually one of the first of 2 actors of Asian heritage to be nominated in this, alongside Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal. For shorts, we had 6 films nominated from Indie Shorts, which is phenomenal. In the first category, animated, Manny just talked to the filmmakers for If Anything Happens, I Love You from Netflix. We're really excited for Michael and Will and their team as well. Hopefully they move forward in that category. For documentary, we actually have 2 nominees. A Love Song for Latasha, which is also on Netflix, directed by Sophia Nali Allison. A really outstanding film that honors the life of a young Black girl who was killed over being accused of shoplifting an orange juice for $1.79 back in 1991. Devastating film that, instead of focusing on her death, celebrates her life. Well-deserved film, and we're really excited that it's nominated in documentary alongside Do Not Split from Field of Vision and Anders Hammer, who's a Norwegian filmmaker about the Hong Kong riots. He is like a fly on the wall there when Hong Kong was under siege as well. For live action, we have 3 nominees. Feeling Through, which was an official selection at Indie Shorts. It's actually directed by Doug Rowland, but Marlee Matlin came on as executive producer after her big deal with the film Coda at Sundance. The film just had an amazing FYC campaign, and it's no surprise they made it. First film to feature a deafblind actor in a leading role. We'll see how it does on April 25th. Additionally, The Present, a Palestinian film from Farah Nabulsi about a father and a young daughter trying to buy a refrigerator on the border and having a little bit of trouble doing so. And then to round it out, a film from Israel, White Eye, from Tomer Shushan, who's actually a fan of Reggie Miller, so kind of a neat Indiana connection too. But a beautiful film that's done in one take that addresses somebody who had a bike stolen and has themes of illegal immigration as well too, and kind of what would you do in this tense situation. So again, 7 nominees for Heartland Film. We're really excited.
Well, you've done a great job, so congratulations to you, Greg. And you've set a high standard for this next year, but something tells me you and your team will be able to pull it off. So thank you very much for that update.
And thank you, Greg, so much. Coming up next, I know you're going to enjoy getting to meet this young man. Wow. Jared Thompson can really play a saxophone. And now he really wants to direct film. A man of many talents. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I gotta go. It's movie night.
It's just the previews.
I can't believe Lazy Boy has interior designers and you work your magic for free.
Yep, bringing your vision to life with the right furniture. It's what we do.
Oh, wow. Can I try that?
Oh, sure.
I knew it. The world's not ready for my powers.
Perfect. Save up to 25% off, plus 0% financing available.
Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
watching Real Life TV, presented by Heartland Film.
And now we're talking to a young man. You introduced me to him.
He is absolutely incredible, and I can see why you liked him, Patty, because he's Mr. Personality, he's
Yes,
charming,
yes.
and his talent is just off the charts. And he's also now talking about making films, in addition to his saxophone expertise.
As you said, he can do everything.
He can.
Jared Thompson's who we're talking about, saxophonist, band leader for Premium Blend. I interviewed him at the amazing, have you been to the Jazz Kitchen?
I have. They're great
Oh,
supporters of Heartland Film.
We've got to do some more dates on that. Okay, so here you sit back, relax, get that extra cup of coffee. Here is Jared Thompson. Jared Thompson calls his saxophone his toy, but this treasured Indiana jazz artist says the sax was an instrument he grew into. You, when you were a child, you were saying you got into music. Your parents wanted you to get into music. Born and raised in Indianapolis, tell us your musical background.
Sure, it was, I have an older sister and a twin brother, and all three of us got into piano lessons by the time we were 5 or maybe 6. By the time we hit middle school, you start picking instruments for band, and my sister chose clarinet, my brother chose trumpet, I chose saxophone.
Well, it's
Yep.
hard to carry a piano in the band. I mean, you just can't do that.
It's also hard to carry a baritone saxophone when you're 12 years old. That thing was bigger than I was back then. I played it the same reason why everyone else wanted to. It looks and sounds cool.
It sounds really cool.
That's it. So my band is Premium Blend, and we've been gigging, performing, recording for about 10, 11 years now. It's myself on saxophone, Ryan Taylor on guitar, Brian Yard on drums, and Stephen Jones on keyboard and key bass, and everyone contributes with writing as well. So.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And while most musicians were sidelined during the 2020 shutdown, Jared and Premium Blend helped create a docu-concert that reflected such a turbulent year.
We have civil unrest happening. You also have a lot of people that are being very vocal, and I'm not going to say they're waking up. I feel like they've always been awake. I feel like people are finally starting to listen.
Because it's documentary, but it's also a full concert of 8 tunes that we recorded, which is the album 38th and Postmodernism, that spoke to a lot of the social and personal issues that were going on in 2020. I'm a black gay artist, so I definitely am going to have a lot of things to say, but we work and we maneuver with people in this music and art scene that are very accepting, because that's their existence as well.
There's not a book in the world that can teach you what that stage can.
And it's my responsibility to keep that standard where it is, and then do my best to raise it.
And Jared has a Heartland Film connection, a film he helped shape, won a 2016 Indie Shorts Award.
My local filmmaker, Tim Taylor, made a documentary called Go Get Your Horn. And it ended up winning. Yeah. So me and Premium Blend were in it. It was great. We had we used to have a Sunday night stint at the Chatterbox every Sunday. So they brought the film crew in and did all of that. I've really embraced writing and arranging, and just with our 38th and Postmodernism docu-concert, putting visual components to that, so helping direct a film, which I can't take credit for directing that film.
Final question. Do you have the horn close beside you at night? Is it in your bed with you?
It's funny you say that, because it's a motivation for me to make sure that I get up and practice, so I never put my horn away in the case. It's always, I'll take the neck off and the mouthpiece off or whatever. It's always out, so that it's the first thing when I wake up, I see it, I'm like, okay, pour your coffee, pick up your horn.
That's right, Jared. Pick up your horn and always keep playing. Oh, Jared, thank you so much.
Terrific.
Isn't he wonderful? We really, really appreciate you sharing your talents with us. And you can watch great stories like this anytime at our brand new website. It's reallife.tv.
Coming up next, the Arts Council of Indianapolis has a winning game plan.
That's right, to put local artists in the national spotlight. A look at the performances and artwork waiting for March Madness fans to enjoy.
I can't believe Lazy Boy has interior designers and you work your magic for free.
Yep, bringing your vision to life with the right furniture. It's what we do.
Oh, wow. Can I try that?
Oh, sure.
I knew it. The world's not ready for my powers.
Perfect. Save up to 25% off, plus 0% financing available.
Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
You're watching Real Life TV, presented by Heartland Film.
And now we have something really special. Of course, it's all special, you know that. Joy Hernandez, friend of ours, and also she is a magnificent artist, and she was just featured in a story in the New York Times.
She's amazing.
I
And
know.
what she has done to help organize this March Madness art exhibits downtown, I had fun making the rounds just to see it all, so it's terrific.
Okay, here's a little swish for you.
It's just really nice to see people come out and kind of fight the elements a little bit and come out even though it might be a little chilly and a little cloudy.
March is going to March, and in Indianapolis, that means basketball with a side of unpredictable weather. But that hasn't stopped sports fans and locals from taking in the sights and sounds.
And it's been amazing to see, you know, all of the different kinds of artwork, and we have lots of different, like a wide audience.
When Indy was announced as the host city for the entire NCAA March Madness and Final Four tournament, the Arts Council of Indianapolis had barely 2 months to set the scene. The result? Swish! 600 members of the local arts community livening up downtown, like spring bulbs after a cold winter.
They have done like the Super Bowl, they've done so many events before, the race, and so they really are incredibly prepared. And so, you know, I knew that like they have such a huge network of artists, and so I was really thrilled, not only to have my piece as part of the show, but that so many artists in Indianapolis were able to kind of come together and be a part of this.
Gautam Rao's Sherlock Holmes lounging in a mid-century chair is a painting from his illustrated book, now blown up as a window covering. It joins about 40 other scaled up or original to the space pieces of art and poetry shown throughout downtown and at the airport. Live music and performance art is scheduled for the entire month. The Arts Council of Indianapolis also commissioned 4 miniature basketball courts, ready-made for selfies. I have to be honest though, I do have a favorite. That's me, and that's my astronaut.
I like to see the people's reactions and their responses to things without them knowing.
Quasar Martin created the court on Monument Circle. He's had a good time watching over his work.
I've actually taken pictures for people because I was just standing by it. And they was taking selfies, so I would ask them, do they want me to take the picture for them?
After 2020 being so 2020, Martin approached 2021 with a methodic sense of artistic adventure.
Just basically, I wanted something that people could take pictures of and make memories in front of, with the city skyline in the back, with the year. You know, years down the line, they'll remember exactly where they were when they was taking it.
Martin is a fan of Tamika Catchings and Miles Turner, so he's rooting for Tennessee and the Texas Longhorns, two of the 68 teams in town. He savors the impromptu stage and tying art to a sporting event.
It's always room for art. It gives us a chance to be creative, and this is how we tell our story.
Visitors and transplants are listening.
I had heard so much about all the events that always take place and all the music that's always happening and how the city kind of gathers around those events. So it's kind of like a peek into what Indy's supposed to be like. So I'm really excited to finally kind of get a glimpse of that.
And Rachel's favorite Swish artwork?
There was a really big, very colorful basketball hoop. I really like that one.
Ah, there it is. For the Love of the Game by Shantae Lewis. I'm Joy Hernandez for Real Life TV.
Thank you so much, Joy. Wasn't that great?
And everybody's taking pictures.
I know.
There you go. Very good. Very good. Coming up next, get to know an historic movie theater without leaving your favorite chair.
Heartland Films Best of the Fest, and look at what movies are waiting for you when Real Life TV continues.
I can't believe Lazy Boy has interior designers and you work your magic for free.
Yep, bringing your vision to life with the right furniture. It's what we do.
Oh, wow. Can I try that?
Oh, sure.
I knew it. The world's not ready for my powers.
Perfect. Save up to 25% off, plus 0% financing available.
Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
Through this pandemic, we've realized not only that musicians and fans have suffered, just the kind of the lifeblood of arts and culture has suffered in Indianapolis. So we thought it's more important than ever to create some kind of artistic programming. And we came up with the idea of doing commissioning 3 groups of musicians, 3 bands to write original works about Indianapolis or about these uncertain times.
You're watching Real Life TV, presented by Heartland Film.
We're back on Real Life TV, and we've got joining us right now Julia Rishi. She's our senior film programmer. So, Julia, thank you for joining us. And, you know, we've been hearing Greg talk about all these award-winning films that you end up with each year. But, Julia, tell us about this Best of Fest. What's that all about? I'd like to know more.
Yeah, so for the last 8 years, we have brought some of our favorite Heartland International Film Festival films to the Historic Art Craft Theater in Franklin, Indiana. And so this year, we are still partnering with the Art Craft, but virtually because of the pandemic and everything that's been going on this past year. So from Friday, March 26th through Sunday, March 28th, viewers can watch all the incredible films that we'll be showing at home on your own time. The first film is 76 Days, which is this amazing, raw, intimate documentary set in the early days of the COVID-19 outbreak in Wuhan, China. So it's about those first 76 days of their lockdown there. The next film that we're showing is Stunt Women, The Untold Hollywood Story, which is a documentary that takes you behind the scenes to meet the female stunt performers who drive the action and thrills of your favorite blockbuster movies, going all the way back to the silent age of cinema to the present day. Our next film is Molto Bella, which won our Narrative Feature Audience Choice Award at Heartland, and it's about an aspiring poet in search of inspiration who meets a folk singer trying to write a follow-up to her breakout hit. And then finally, River City Drumbeat was one of our documentary finalists. Uplifting story about Nardi White, who empowers African-American youth through his River City Drum Corps in Louisville, Kentucky. And he's about to retire, so he must train his successor who will take up the mantle for the next generation. The proceeds will be split between the Historic Art Craft Theater, Heartland Film, and the participating filmmakers. And you can get your tickets at heartlandfilm.org.
It's a fun event. It's educational. It's entertaining. So I guess you're going to have to pull off another successful event this year for Indie Shorts and Heartland International.
Yeah, definitely. I think in the past, we've hoped that people from the Franklin area would come and check out our films in this amazing old historic theater. But, you know, I think anyone from around the country can view these films now. So we're bringing the art craft and that community and that fun to everybody at home. And then we hope to be together again next year.
Greg Sorvig, Julia Rishi, thank you so much for joining us here at Real Life TV again this week.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
And thank you. And coming up, we'll enjoy some more of Jared Thompson on the saxophone when we come back.
Yeah, I gotta go. It's movie night.
Shh. It's just the previews.
Patty, I've got a question for you. Do you have spirits living in your home?
I have a story that I will tell you someday, but it could be. How about that? That's a tease, isn't it? And coming up, we're going to explore the paranormal on the next Real Life TV. Meet Kitsy Duncan, star of an Amazon Prime series, as people seek to connect with the dearly and nearly departed. Our new episode airs Sunday, April 4th, 11 a.m. on MyIndieTV 23. Catch all your stories for anything you might have missed, or maybe you want to see it again, at our new website, which is reallife.tv. How about that?
Sounds wonderful. So they get a chance to see it whenever they want.
Whenever you want.
Yeah.
You can have some spirits with it while you're watching.
You got that right.
All righty, so we'll see you next time. We certainly enjoy our time with you, and we'll see you on Real Life
TV.
There you go.